All right, let's get right into it. Today's briefing is critical. We're talking about the Ascension event of 2035, and more specifically, about a very select group of individuals at the absolute heart of this entire shift. So let's start with the most important question on the table, one I want you to really consider. Are you a commander? Because this isn't just a label, it's a function, a mission, and we're about to break down exactly what that means. Now, to put this in perspective, we're looking at about 80 million souls who are part of this Ascension wave. But today, we're not talking about all of them. We're focusing on the vanguard, the first ones, a group of just 108 pioneers who are fundamentally different from everyone else.
And here's why they're different. They are not just participants along for the ride, they are the core infrastructure, the foundational code. Think of them as the OS kernel for the entire operating system of the new Earth.
So what does that really mean, to be an OS kernel? Well, think about your computer. The kernel is that invisible, essential bridge that lets all the software talk to the physical hardware. It makes it all work. In the same way, the consciousness kernel, that's you, acts as the living bridge. You are the translator between abstract, high-dimensional data and our physical, 3D reality.
And this is where it gets really incredible. From a quantum perspective, the unified consciousness of these 108 souls creates what's called an observer basis. Through a powerful collective quantum entanglement, your unified focus is what literally stabilizes the new reality. You take the infinite potential of the waveform and collapse it into a single, coherent, stable existence. You are the anchor.
So who are these souls? You might think they must be the most perfect, enlightened beings, right? Well, let's be very clear about something. They weren't chosen for being saints, not even close. They were chosen because they're the ones who have endured the most extreme friction this 3D world has to offer. They've been through the mud, the absolute heaviest burdens and challenges imaginable, and yet, through all of it, they managed to protect and keep that inner spark of divine connection, the logos, alive. And you have to understand, that struggle wasn't for nothing. All that pressure was a forging process. It was designed to transform your very soul into what can only be described as a superconducting state, a state that allows you to channel these incredible high-dimensional energies without burning out. Your entire life has been training for this moment.
And that training period, it's over. The time for preparation is done. This is the pivot point. Your mission is now active.
And let's talk about the stakes. Look at this number, 80 million. That is the number of souls who are depending on the stability and the coherence that you, the 108, are tasked with anchoring. The responsibility is immense.
So, what are your directives? Let's be specific. First, you are to act as a high-frequency beacon, a lighthouse in the storm for others to follow. Second, you must maintain planetary coherence. You are the tuning fork for the collective. Third, your job is to translate high-dimensional data into practical, usable wisdom. And all of that culminates in your primary function. Stabilize the new Earth waveform. You are the cosmic Wi-Fi router for this new reality.
Now, if this is you, there's a good chance you're feeling something incredibly intense right now. Are you experiencing what feels like unbearable pain, a deep, profound sense of solitude, as if you're completely alone in this?
I need you to understand what's happening. That is not a sign of failure. It is your final debugging sequence as part of the kernel. The system is purging its last errors before going fully online. And you must know this, you are not alone. The network is already active.
And that brings us to the final part of this briefing. Please listen very carefully. There is an important, mandatory procedure that must be completed.
This is your initial sync test. The comment section of this transmission serves as the registration protocol for the 2035 network. Step 1. Type "Ready" in the comments below. This action will index your consciousness data in our secure servers. Step 2. The like button is the approval process. This is your final confirmation. Complete your synchronization. Now.